edit it out in post or something.
Oh, there must be people waiting. George Mallow said he's waiting.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So go
So,
ahead, start. Yeah.
all right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tom Osa, and I'm joined by Risa Hogue, who has been the driver for a great initiative that we are launching on December 5th, rocklandshopping.com. As all of us know, over the last 8 or 9 months, we've had an interesting transformation in our society due to things that were pretty much out of our control. And one of the things that I'm sure many of you as business owners are concerned about, especially going into the holiday shopping season, are we going to be able to get all holiday sales, close to the way that they have been over the past few years? And it's the rocklandshopping.com platform that Risa and several sponsors have initialized. We're feeling that this is going to be a great platform for thousands and thousands of consumers across Rockland County to come on starting on December 5th and be able to show and look for various products and services and virtual goods. So we're really excited about this. We're really also excited to have Risa with us to show parts of the platform. So I'll turn it over to her. Thanks for joining us today, Risa. Let me just
amateur, Zoom amateur. It was me. I was trying to be quiet while you were going. And yes, my shirt is becoming part of my green screen today. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are recording this and we will put it out there so everybody else who couldn't make it today will be able to watch it. So I want to thank Tom because Tom is the one who actually had the URL rocklandshopping.com and graciously is allowing us to use it for this shopping portal. As Tom mentioned, this is an initiative of the Rockland Business Women's Network, RBWN, and the platform is through a client of mine who did online in-person shows and then had to pivot with the pandemic. So he created this platform to do his ephemera fairs and rare book fairs, and it's been wildly successful. So I went to him and said, could we use this for local shopping kind of a thing? And he said, sure, let's try it. So I'm really excited about it because, as Tom said, it does present a great way for not only Rocklanders to be able to see other Rockland businesses that they may not even know exist, but anybody can shop here. So, anybody that you tell and share it with across the country, really, or the world, can actually shop in Rockland now this holiday season. I just got off the phone with Karen Croak at the Journal News, and she will be writing an article about it. We'll also have an ad in the Journal News. They've been gracious about giving that to us. So all the businesses that sign up by tomorrow will be included in that ad. So please encourage anybody who hasn't already to sign up. The portal, as you know, let me share my screen. The portal will be open for from the 5th through the 9th, which is kind of cool. So people will have an opportunity to shop all during that time, 24/7. And I'm going to explain how that works. So when you first log on to the portal, and again, any business, any retail, any service business, all the nonprofits, everybody is welcome to put items up for sale on here. And we'll talk about how the different ways that you can do that. But this will give a countdown. So you'll see, it's 15 days till it opens, 21 hours. And when you first come to this site, rocklandshopping.com, and it's live now, the first thing that you see is exhibitor information, and that's where anybody can sign up. So when you click on that, this really goes through all of the options here. So what we're really excited about is the cooperation and collaboration that we're getting from all of the chambers. So it's the RBWN, every chamber in Rockland County, the RBA, all involved with this. So if you are a member of RBWN, you'll pay only $50, and that's because we're the host organization. We do this event every year in person and pivoted to this. If you are a member of any other chamber, you'll pay $100. If you are a nonprofit and you're a member of RBWN, you get the RBWN rate. If you're a nonprofit and not a member of RBWN, you pay the $75 rate. If you're not a member of any chamber, you pay $150. So we're trying to support our chambers and encourage people to join the chambers because there's way many benefits beyond this. And it sort of is replacing a bit of the street fair. You know, nobody could do street fairs this year, and this is comparable pricing to street fair pricing, but it'll be open much longer. So that's kind of cool. So we really want to encourage people to join their chambers. Um, the and each of the chambers, by the way, get $20 out of that money goes back to the chambers. So we're supporting the chambers as well with this. So it's a real win-win. We're really trying to support everybody in Rockland County.
Mhm.
So these are the organizations that are involved. So then just to go through these real quick. So what happens after you register? So after you register, there's a back end of this. I get an email that says that you've registered, and you will have chosen, and we'll show you that, but you will have chosen one of these organizations. You want to make sure that you are a paid up member, not a member last year. You got to be a current member. So make
Yeah,
sure,
yeah, you got to
yeah,
be current. Come
join
on,
a chamber.
join the
So,
chamber.
so if you make sure that you're a current member. If you are not a current member, you know, we're going to verify this before you actually pay. So that's why it's important to know if you're a current paid up member. Okay, so then once you are, you've chosen that and you've entered all your other information, which is, we can go through that form. You can also include your LinkedIn site, your Facebook, your Twitter, all of that. So then once I approve it, because I've established that you are a member, then you'll be able to upload your items and your photos. And everybody has the opportunity to load 1 or up to 21 items. So and we had to cap it somewhere just so it wasn't too crazy, because we could have 250 to 300 or more vendors on here. So we wanted to make sure that it was somewhat manageable. But you can have up to 21 items. The thing to keep in mind is that you could have a description in your item that says, you know, if you sell necklaces, it could say, these come in many colors, right? So you can extend, really, you know, you're not just selling that one necklace or one item or whatever. So you can indicate that it comes in different colors, different sizes, whatever, under each of the descriptions of the item, so that you're really showcasing more than just what's there. So Tom, I won't go through the upload. Tom's going to do that in a minute.
Yeah.
It is important to know that if your image is too big, however, if it's too large, it may show up sideways or it may not load. So you want to make sure that you're uploading a JPEG or a PNG, and that it's under 10 megabytes in size. Okay, so just you want to be mindful of that. Now, if you don't have a photo, so if you're a nonprofit, for example, and you want to get donations, solicit donations, you could load up a photo from your nonprofit, you know, of you guys doing good work, or you could upload your logo. So you could upload any JPEG, really any image that is representative of what you're trying to sell or the donation that you're trying to get. I sell services, right? So I have a LinkedIn training, so I put the LinkedIn logo up. So it's, you know, that's what I use for that particular product. And you can be creative with this. You know, it should be kind of fun. You do in general want to upload more than one. You want to have your booth, and I'll show the video of that, but you want to have your booth have a couple of, you know, at least a couple of items. And again, you can have up to 21. And then as people click on the items, they'll see more information about each of those items. Okay. So the other thing to keep in mind that's so important is that, sorry, you don't, none of the selling actually happens on this site. And that's really important. We're not taking any money beyond just the booth fee. So any of the items that you sell is actually going to be in the description. It's going to say, to purchase this item, visit this website. So you'll either have a link to your website, or it might say email us, or it might say phone call, you know, give us a phone call. And then what's kind of cool is now you have an opportunity to talk to people, or they're visiting your website and we're driving traffic to your website. And
Right.
again, what's kind of exciting about this is if I live in Nyack, maybe I've never been to North Rockland and seen that there's a jewelry store there, or a, you know, whatever restaurant that I didn't know about. So it's really going to give everybody an opportunity to learn about businesses and have greater visibility of these businesses in Rockland County. And I think that's really kind of a cool thing. There's also the search options on here. So people will be able to search by a category, and there's all kinds of categories you can choose from. Um, you can choose by category or search, I should say, by category. You can search, we'll have it searchable by town, and we'll also have it searchable by nonprofit. And you'll be able to search by price. So if you wanted to say, well, I only want items under $50, you could do that. And those are the ones that'll come up. And it also it'll pull any details from the descriptions of the items. So if someone were to plug in Harry Potter, for example, it would bring up Harry Potter books, Harry Potter, necklaces, gift items, whatever. So the search is very robust, which makes it very exciting. All right, so before I show anything else, well, actually, let me show this quick video. So this is, and I don't think there's any sound for this, but this, can everybody see this? You see this, Tom?
If you could share your screen, I think it pulled off.
Oh, okay, hang on. Right, I was only sharing that one screen. Hang on.
No worries. I see a few of our friends are in the meeting. We see George from the Chamber Alliance of Rockland and the Nanuet Chamber of Commerce. I see Ellen DiVietro from Tastefully Simple.
I think Ellen was our first sign up.
Oh, thank you, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen.
Always a supporter of the community. I see Tammy Rosen from the Jewelry Gallery in Stony Point.
Yay, Tammy.
Yeah.
I'm wearing your earrings. I really am.
I'm not.
I got these at the Jewelry Gallery.
but I purchased things from the Jewelry Gallery and it's great. So definitely.
All right, let me show you. Okay, this is the video I want to show. So you can see this, right? All right, so this is, that is actually a little cartoon of my friend Marvin, my client. So this kind of gives you an idea of what the show looks like. So these are how the booths will look. Everybody's will be listed with a booth number. You'll be able to go directly to click on somebody's booth if you see something, or you can start browsing where you go through booth by booth, or you can search by category or by keyword, or you can search by price, show me everything under X amount, okay? Or then return to where you left off. And this is sort of how the booths will look. So you'll have each item there that you're selling, and then a brief description underneath the photo. And then you can click on any one of these and you'll get a bigger description and more detail about the items that are there. So if someone clicks on To Kill a Mockingbird, they would get more description here and detail. So he runs these all the time. And like I said, they've been wildly successful. The one that he just did for Brooklyn, the in-person show, we had 2,500 people last year in Brooklyn. This year online, we had 12,000 people from around the world visit the site. And they sold over $800,000 worth of stuff. So it's really very cool that anybody can now come and shop here, and we are the first ones to do it. And I should say also that News 12 is going to cover this, and WCBS News Radio 88 has already spoken to Marvin, did a story, but they want to cover the Rockland portal too. So we're getting a lot of great coverage for this, and so is Tina Traster covered it in Rockland Business Journal, Rockland County Times covered it. So it's really cool. All right, I'm going to turn this over to you, Tom. You want to show people how to upload?
Sure. Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty here. Let's say you are coming to the shopping portal for the first time and you'd like to know how to post, first start off as an exhibitor and then post to the rocklandshopping.com portal. And just to make sure, Risa, can you see the screen with the shopping portal on here?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, great. Okay, so the first thing, you're going to go to rocklandshopping.com, and first thing you want to do, you want to go down to the bottom and you're going to click on, I was signed in. You're going to click on sign in. All right, if you already are an exhibitor. If you are brand new and you're becoming an exhibitor for the first time, register.
It's actually doesn't show up when you've already logged in. So right. Okay. So there'll be a red button at the bottom that says exhibitor information.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I'm already in here. So there's a red button that says exhibitor information. So I'm just going to show you what happens when you're logged into the system. All right. Very easy to sign up, by the way. It's like a 3-minute process, if that. So once you're signed in with some simple information, then you'll have this very easy to use dashboard. And from here, you can do a few things. You can edit your existing items, which we'll talk about soon. We can add items, or you can edit your profile. So let's start with the main thing, is editing your profile. Underneath the name of your company, you're going to go to edit profile. And here you'll be able to change some contact information for your retail storefront. Now, as a side note, I mean, I know some of us are going to be virtual exhibitors and such. I don't think that you have to have a street address in there, but certainly I would recommend the city, state, and zip. And I don't know if it's publicly displayed or not, but certainly add as much information in here as possible. Your opening and close times is good. You can put in your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram URL. Nothing for Snapchat yet. Sorry, folks. I know you're just dying to get that Snapchat thing
No
in there,
TikTok
but
either.
no
No TikTok.
TikToking yet, you know?
I will say that I believe you have to have, and I'm going to check on this, that you have to have a website page. Now, if you don't, and again, I'll double check on that and we'll update underneath when we post this video. But if you don't, you might be able to put in your Facebook page. So if you've got a business Facebook page, you can put it, I believe, in that website page. So I'll verify that. But if anybody has any issues around that, if you don't have a website, you can let us know. But yeah, and to Tom's point, make sure that you fill this out as completely and accurately as you can. So your email address and your website, all of that, so that all these links work. But again, you don't have to put in your full address.
Yeah, absolutely. So once you have all that information in the system, and you also want to load up your logo, all right? Now, to Reese's point about not having a very large image file size, one place, let's say if you have, you took a picture of the store and it's 8 to 10 megabytes or anything like that, if you're using a traditional iPhone or an Android these days, I mean, it's a huge file. But really, you should have a really small-ish file, maybe like 250 kilobytes or 500. Great site. It's called TinyPNG. You click on that, and you can upload an image right here and compress the image so that it's a smaller file. So if you get a chance and you need to do it, it's free. We use it from time to time. We have some Photoshop tools anyway, but if we need to do something really quick, this is like a 1-minute process.
Great tip there, Tom.
Thank you. So we're going to head back over to the items area. And the way that we do that is we scroll back up to the top. Oh, and by the way, and this happens from, I'm in the web for 20 years or so. Make sure you hit the submit button so that all of your changes stay in the system. There've been things where we didn't hit the submit button and then we had to do it over again. So you head back up to the top, you click on back to my items, and you'll be in this area. Now, before the expo goes live, you can add in your items, okay? But you won't have the ability to pay until you add your first item. So add your first item, and we'll talk about the payment to this afterwards. But you add an item, boom, and then you type in the item name. All right, let's say for instance, PDF download. And it could be anything, for instance, if it's coffee or, free delivery or maybe a gift certificate to a restaurant, really anything that you can sell through this portal that's not an actual, let's say, a major service that like a house purchase or anything like that. That's something you wouldn't put on this site. But gifts, anything for the holidays, great to put on here, either virtual, gift, or physical item.
You know what else is great, Tom? You just occurred to me as you were saying that. So PDF download, if somebody did have an online book or tip sheet or one pager, brochure, any of that, that could actually be one of your items, and you can just say it's free, and
Absolutely.
it could be a download. So that's actually a great little tip. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and a good example of that is I did a book a few years ago, and not trying to hawk it, but I'm just showing you the item itself. So this is the book. This is the finished result. And, we did it as a discount and proceeds go to World Vision, but we're able to post that as a virtual item. And then if somebody purchases it, we could send it to them as a digital download.
That's great. I also want to jump in here. So people might be seeing at the bottom of the page, the very bottom, you're going to see corporate sponsors, GMGPR and Rockland Web. So that is me and Tom, and that's not an accident. Tom and I both paid to be the corporate sponsors, and there are 2 more opportunities if anybody else wants to jump in there. So if you do, send me an email and we'll get you that information. But we paid for that privilege. So go
Yes,
ahead, Tom.
yeah, this isn't a free ride for any of us. We get it. But if you wanted to be in there as a corporate sponsor, and as Risa mentioned, this is being prominently promoted across multiple channels, News 12, LOHUD, Rockland County Department of Economic Development is
Yep.
participating.
In fact, Jeremy's going to put digital signage at the pedestrian walkway of the Tappan Zee Mario Cuomo Bridge that'll say "Shop Local." RocklandShopping.com. So we're really getting wide recognition. So if anybody wants to be a corporate sponsor, let us know.
Love it.
Okay, back to you.
So when we put in the item, we just put in the name of the item. Now, a lot of times you can simply just add an item from your current online shopping cart. So I'm going to just do this just as an example. I'm not going to post it live, but, and Tammy, I hope you don't mind. Jewelry Gallery Online. They have a lovely online store. So let's say, for instance, we just wanted to do something elegant, such as a necklace. So we're going to take some material over here. Let me see if I can grab a jewelry piece. Okay. So just as an example, I won't go too deep into detail here because this is not my product. But we have this lovely KC Designs 14 karat gold and diamond pave heart on 18-inch paperclip chain. So I'm just going to copy that item name into this box here. We could select a category. You see we have a variety of categories already preloaded, so you can look through them, and you can choose other categories. So at the moment,
you can choose up to 3, by the way.
Yes. And then for the description, I'll just put a little bit of general information. Obviously, you can elaborate on this. So size and dimensions. One thing to make sure of is when you put in the information, try to display it in somewhat of an aesthetically pleasing way. So here we'll just say department fashion. There's different ways of displaying the information. And also maybe just a leading message. This is a lovely item, and a little bit of a descriptive text. About 100 to 150 characters is acceptable.
And you can also put a link right to the page as well, where if someone wants that, you could just pull that link, that URL right from there, and then just go back over to that. Yep. And then stick it in there and show them where the link is, actually, how they do that.
So the hyperlink is up at the top of the screen above any web page that you visit. So what you want to do is you want to click on the item up at the top, the web address. If you click on it once in most browsers, it should turn it completely blue. And then what you want to do is right click and choose copy. And then go back over to the other location and paste the item into here. You can also, as a side note, not to get too techie, but if you got some techie chops, you can highlight some text and click on this little link icon.
Yep.
Where you can paste the link in, and you could set it to open up in its own new page. And there we have it. All right.
You could also paste the link. If you wanted the link in there, you could paste the URL as Tom did originally and still hit that link little button, and it will highlight that whole link if for some reason you felt compelled to have the actual link there. So you can do that too.
Yeah, and it's a good point. And a good byproduct of this whole thing is, let's say, for instance, you have a lot of products on the site and so on. And Risa brings up a good point. If you have a link on the site for, your existing website to bring them in, that's great search engine optimization linking. And that'll prominently display your website better in search engines. The more links, the better, You could set the number of items. Let's say, you have, let's say 1,000 in stock, and you could set the price here. So I would imagine, I don't take a look at the price. Oh, just 3,000. Okay.
Tom, are you getting that for me?
Let me get my wallet. If my girlfriend's watching right now.
Now,
Okay. So,
the other thing to keep in mind though is, so in this description, this is where you could say, um, there are other options available, or available also in silver, or ask us about, similar necklaces, or, so any other description, or you could put only 3 left or anything like that. Because remember, the buying doesn't happen here. The buying will happen when they actually click that link and go to your site, which is so great, because that's really what you want to do, is
yeah,
send them to your site and they can see all the other things that you have. So, and then the shopping really happens there. So you could say, call for more information about this particular item. Let's say you only had one left, call for more information about this item, one left in stock. So you can really use this description to put in as much detail as you want to encourage people to be excited about it and to contact you more about it.
absolutely. And thank you, Kerry Monahan, for the kind words.
Oh, I should
Let's,
monitor that while you're doing that.
yes, thank you. And
Okay, go
then,
ahead.
so I'm
Oh,
just going to,
thanks, Tammy. Tammy likes my earrings.
nice. So I'm going to submit this item. So it's in the system here. Now we're not done because we're going to preview the item really quickly here. And notice that there's no image associated with the item. All right. So this is a two-step process. We've already done part one. The second part of this is going to be adding an image that represents this item. So hopefully I'll do justice to it because it's a really nice piece of jewelry. We're going to go to images here. And then from here, we can select images. All right. So just to do this, let me see if I can save this item here. There we go.
There you go.
Save. Might have to do a little wizardry here. Hang on
Yeah,
one moment.
a little screenshot or something.
A little screenshotting. Tricks of the trade.
Yeah, and actually that is a really good trick. If you are having trouble pulling your images for whatever reason, you can do a screenshot or a screen capture and then just save that. Oh, make a folder that says items for, Rockland shopping, and then save everything in there. And then you'll have your images all in one folder, which makes it much easier.
Definitely. The name of the tool is the Snip and Sketch, and it's
Yep.
typically available on Windows devices. So we grab that image and we're going to come back here. So this is where we were before to upload the image. And now we're going to select images. And then we'll go in here and where did I put the darn thing?
So you have to remember that.
Yeah, yeah. It all works out if we don't eat and sleep, right? Oh, it's in pictures. Okay. Let's see. Pictures. Lovely jewelry. Boom. There we
There you
go.
go.
And there we go. We're loading up the image and we're just going to say finish. And that'll bring us back to the original place. And let's preview the item and see how it shows up. And
Perfect.
there we go. All right. And that's really all it takes to start. Basically uploading the text, the pricing, a little bit of description, and the image on the right-hand side. Now, Risa, if you can talk a little bit about how the payments for the items, is it linking over to the client's website? Maybe if you could walk through that a little bit, and I'll share my screen while you're talking.
Sure. So, just to reiterate on the payments for your actual booth. So the payment for the booth is going to happen through Getman's Virtual, and that's Marvin Getman. He's the one who has the platform. So he's actually collecting all of this money. We are paying him a percentage to manage this process for us. He's given us a tremendous discount to do this, which is so wonderful. So thank you, Marvin. But he is collecting all of those funds, and then after the show is over, we will get our portion, meaning RBWN, and then we will then give a portion back to each of the chambers based on the number of members who registered from each chamber. The sale of the items all happens again with the retail stores, with the nonprofits, with the service providers. So no sales will take place on this portal. If someone sees something, they want to buy that necklace, they're going to call the jewelry gallery, or they're going to click on that link and they're going to buy it on your site. Or if you don't have a site, which again is fine, but they're going to contact you in some way. So that's why it's important for you to make sure that all your details in your description are accurate, so that people can contact you, and your hours are accurate. You know, if you have, you know, you're closed on a Friday, you know, every week or whatever, make sure that information is accurate. So everything it's up to you to then, you know, really make that sale. And I think what's really great about it, though, is that again, we're sort of making these connections. So while it's happening online and we're using this as a showcase for everybody's business, it's really an opportunity. So if I didn't know that Tom had, you know, this book or whatever, and I call Tom and say, listen, I want to, you know, download that, or I would like to order that from you. And I say to Tom, well, and what else do you do? And Tom says, oh, we actually do websites. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you do websites. Well, you know what? I need a new website. So it's really giving an opportunity for people to not only see what's available in Rockland County and what people have and are selling and where stores are and restaurants and all of that, but a chance to talk to the you know, the store owner or the business owner and make that personal connection as well. So I think it's really great from both of those perspectives. It's giving everyone an online presence at the holidays, but also sort of fostering the connections. And quite honestly, that's a big part of what Tom and I have tried to do with the Joint Chamber Alliance of Rockland, is really be able to pull together all of the businesses across Rockland County, the smaller businesses, to get to know each other, to interact, to help each other out, to spread ideas. And, you know, this is a great sort of culmination of all of that. So, you know, I really thank Tom, because the Joint Chamber we created a couple of years ago, and Tom has really kept it going and made sure that it's really vibrant all this time. I've been a little sidetracked with RBWN, but and the Nanuet
Hey,
Chamber.
listen, it's a group effort. It's a group
It
effort.
is a great group. And,
Yep.
you know, I'm so heartened by the fact that, you know, every chamber is involved. The RBA, Ed Day is behind it. He'll be posting about it. It's just a really great opportunity, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I hope that we've answered everybody's questions. I see, let's see,
We
is
have,
there any?
yeah, we have two here. One from Felicia Halpert. Is the quantity the total number of something that you want to sell at that price? Um, if you are
Okay.
offering a service, so quantity is essentially unlimited. Could it be one or say 500?
Yeah, so that's a really good point. So if I wanted to sell my PR consulting services, right, that's an unlimited quantity. But my LinkedIn training, so I do one-on-one LinkedIn training, and it's normally $195 an hour, and I give $25 of that back to Meals on Wheels. I make a donation for everybody who signs up. So what I'm doing for the show is I'm offering it at $150 instead. I'm still going to give $25 back to Meals on Wheels, but I'm going to offer a limited number of those. So I'm only going to offer like 10 at that price. So I'm going to put under quantity 10. So that's a really good question. So, and if same thing with like gift certificates, if a restaurant wants to say they have an unlimited number of $50 gift certificates, great. Or maybe they want to say we have 10 $50 gift certificates that we're selling at a show special of $40. So you could do that too, where you have a limited number at the show price, if you will, the show special, and someone has to call up and say, oh, I'm calling about the 40, you know, the $50 gift certificate for $40 show special, you know. So we're encouraging people to use it that way.
And what you see here on the screen, just giving you an example of just writing up a quick description here for a tastefully simple product. So we're going to put that as a description. Forgive me for not adding all the information, but I just wanted to give you a general idea. And you can leave blank for unlimited. So if it's something that, you know, you have capacity and supply and demand, it's just easy to send out the item. You just leave it unlimited. Of course, you set the price. And I've had tastefully simple dinners as well. I still have the spices from last year, Ellen. Those are awesome, especially for steaks and whatnot. So we're going to submit that, and boom, we have that item in here. Let's go back, add the image, select image, and then tastefully, where's dinner mixer, DINN.
Very, very brave of you showing your photo file. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no problem. All good stuff. All good stuff. I just can't find the picture that I downloaded. Hold on, let me try this. Dinner mixer, save, boom. Oh, I put it
There
in
you go.
here. Okay. So dinner mixers, boom. Uh, as you can tell, I've been doing this for a while. So I'm like zooming around as fast as possible. So there's the image. We're going to finish, and now that's available. We're going to go back to preview the item. So, and I don't forget if I mentioned this, but so when the items are in here, there's on the update item function, there's 4 individual areas. Edit, obviously, to go back in and put in the text and the pricing. Images, to upload new images into the system. Preview or delete the item altogether. So we're going to preview. And you see that it's unlimited quantity.
Perfect.
And there we go. We have our item there. And again, make sure that you get it over to the right place. Ellen, apologies. I had the wrong link for this before, but I got us over to the right place this time. So, and those are the spices that I actually have in my cabinet. Oh my.
Let me answer Cheryl. So Cheryl said, if you have an item, for example, a gift card that has various prices, how would you recommend showing that? So here's the thing. If you have space to show each one, you could definitely show each one, right? In other words, space meaning you don't have all 21 items, let's say, right? You've got 10. So yeah, you could do that. However, you could also put a picture of a gift card up and say available in denominations of 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever you want them to be. Because again, someone is going to call you and say, I'd like to buy a gift card. And this is actually a great way for people to shop for the holidays and buy gift cards for people. And then, whether they're picking it up, or if the retailer, vendor, restaurant wants to mail it out, that's a great opportunity as well. But you could write, denominations going from $5 to $100 or something like that. But you could also say, and each one of these gets, $5 off, or save 10% show special. So that's that one. And then Felicia's asking about the tax, which is a great question. So again, because the final sale is always going to happen with you and not on this site, you could put in the description, $250 charge, tax not included, in the description, and tax to be added, that kind of thing. So, you could stick with round numbers. And then in the description, just indicate, call for final pricing, or call for, for total, including tax, depending on where you are, right? If it's a nonprofit, they wouldn't be paying tax. So you just want to be as helpful in your description as possible, so that people can have as much information. And then you can just say, call us for details.
Awesome. I think that was so we had 3 questions in the queue. We don't have any more. Did anybody else have any questions that they wanted to ask? Okay, we got a message from, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nope, that's okay. Thanks, Ellen. We are excited too. I really am. And I'm so thrilled that so many people have embraced this. And like I said, please spread the word, because, I'm giving the list to the Journal News for the article, and also for the ad that we're doing. And the ad is going to the Journal News on Monday. So people need to sign up, Monday morning latest, so that we can make sure that you're included. We want to have a whole list of all of the retailers that are going to be involved. So make sure that you spread the word. We'll post this video so people can see how to do it. Yeah. But we think it's a really great and fun opportunity. And there's no one else that's done it as far as we know. So.
And if I can also add this, just to help with the Chambers of Commerce, we also got, some of our chambers got their Small Business Saturday stuff. We always get this via the
Nope, it's
American
fading
Express.
Out. Go forward or backward with it.
Yeah, sorry. I just unprofessionalized the entire webinar in about 3 seconds.
My green screen is fading too.
So we got a bunch of goodie bags from American Express. These are handed out to the consumers on Small Business Saturday. We have posters, we have stickers, American Express stickers that go in the window, a lot of material that will encourage our Rockland-based shoppers to shop local in their community. And hey, if you think about this, I mean, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, a lot of big box stores are, they shuttered up over the last several months. I think this is a perfect time. If you've pivoted your business appropriately over the last several months, this is a perfect time to encourage people to shop small. A lot of the chambers of commerce are involved in it. Please contact your chamber. to see how you can get involved. And you can usually get free stuff to give out to your customers when they come in.
Super. And like I said, we do have a bunch already that have signed up. We're almost up to 35 vendors. But we can have, 200, 300, just, tell everybody about it. There's really no reason not to do it. It's just a great opportunity for visibility. And again, the nonprofits that would like donations before year end, this is a great way to do that and package it up, and it's all going to be in one place. So, Tom, I want to thank you for your
No problem.
URL and for your sponsorship and for hosting this as well. So
actually, I apologize. There is one more question we have from George Malo. Is there any way to see the exhibitor landing page after all the items have been loaded?
You can preview your page, I believe, right?
Yeah, let's hop back. All right. So right here, edit profile, I think. Let's see if it's down here. It's in here somewhere because I saw it before. My items.
You can preview your page because I know I previewed
Right.
everybody else's page.
Let's try it. We'll go preview item.
Go back to booth. No, left. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it.
Oh, and nothing's happening. Okay. So George, I will find that out. I know I can see everybody's page as the administrator for it. So I will find out. And if nothing else, I can send everybody a screenshot. I'm happy to do that, but I'll find out. That's a really good question.
Yeah. So
so I'll ask more.
There should certainly be. Ellen had a question about search words. Are they words from the description, or would words from the expanded description be pulled? My suggestion is, in terms of search engine optimization, you never want to quote unquote game the search engines. So for every 100 words, 5 of them should be keywords. Really, it's 3 to 5, but if you want to stretch it to 5, really natural language is what dictates searches. The one thing I certainly would recommend, and I think Ellen, you're touching on this, is that if you have information on, say, for instance, the page, the destination page on Tastefully Simple as an example, if let's say spices or seasoning, those words should definitely come over in the description on the Rockland shopping site, of course, along with the link to it.
I think what she's asking though is if someone is searching on the site, is it going to pull from the big description? And the answer is yes. So if it'll pull from all of the words on the site. So if someone has the word, if you have the word spice in your description anywhere, and if there was a book with the name, spice something, all of those things would come up. So it's going to pull from all the descriptions from the site, which is a really good thing. So, so I think that answers your question, Ellen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in front of the computer.
I know you're thinking SEO.
Search engine optimization is like keyword, meta tags. What?
Yeah, you're thinking bigger picture, but no, but the search engine on the portal will pull from all of the words on the site. So yeah, so it'll find it if whatever has the word salt in it, or diamond or whatever will pull up. So.
Awesome. So I think that's it. We don't have any other questions. We will post this in a little while and Zoom has a great feature in Zoom webinars where you'll be able to take a look at this information after the meeting. It'll have its own video link and we'll post that. Please share out. I want to thank everybody that's participated. First of all, thank you, Risa, for letting me get involved in this thing. It's awesome. Thank you to the show sponsors, GMG Public Relations. I believe TD Bank is involved. Always the Rockland Business Women's Network, the many chambers of commerce across
Good Samaritan Hospital is one of our sponsors too. Good
Samaritan Hospital. Yeah. So it's going to be a really great event on December 5th. We've been promoting it for the last 3 weeks since the platform has been deployed. And I think December 5th, we're going to have thousands of shoppers on this. So spread the word. Let's turn Rockland into Rockland shopping this year online.
Yay. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody. And feel free to email us too. If you've got questions, you can send an email to info@rbwn.org.